For the case of piggery, for the small scale order, first of all in Uganda, we take commercial for pigs for any farmer who can keep 5 pigs. 4 females and 1 male, we take that farmer to be commercial. So for the small scale orders, most of them keep their pigs in the backyard system. Some of them use tethering system. However, we discourage it because it causes stress on a pig, and this pig can never perform to its expectation because you're stressing it by tying it on a rope. So it's better you set up a structure like this. It's not so expensive. You can decide to use IMO, where you use litter. It's called organic pig farming, where we use microorganisms. Pigs are kept on deep litter. So you can use IMO, and for the farmers, urban farmers, IMO, the pigs never smell. You can even keep pigs in the neighborhood, they can never sense that you're keeping pigs. So this enterprise is so good for women and youth because they don't have land. So, and you can rear pigs in a very small piece of land, just at the backyard. Even if you're just, you don't have land, big land, and you're renting somewhere, you can keep pigs. You can ask the person where you're renting, and you put up a small shed. You keep your pigs. It's one of the very costly enterprises because pigs can be fed on wider range of feed. You can feed them on soil. Soil are the leftovers. But however, if you're to give soil, say like leftovers, the food that we've eaten, it has the amount of salt that we eat will be poisonous to the pigs. So every time you're giving your pigs soil, you have to make sure you take caution of the amount of salt you're giving. You either dilute it or you don't overgive it because eventually it becomes toxic to the pigs and they get what we call salt poisoning. So you have to reduce it to a certain amount that it's not dangerous to your pigs. If you want to rear, I would advise any farmer a startup. You can start with 3 pigs or 2 pigs, a male and a female. Why I advocate for male is because most farmers keep females only and they move them around the villages looking for a male to mount them, which has predisposed our pigs to African swine fever, which is a very dangerous disease. Actually, of recent, we had an outbreak of African swine fever all over Uganda, and we lost a very big number of pigs. Most of the farmers were discouraged. And one of the main causes of African swine fever is use of those communal boas. There is one boa at the village or one male at the village where all people take their females to be mounted, which is very dangerous. So now I would advise a farmer to start with 2 pigs, a male and a female. Be it in the backyard, and then when you start with piglets, raising them up is not so expensive. You raise them up. By the time they reach puberty, the female is ready to be served. Of course, a male has to be slightly older than the female. That price or the cost of raising it to that level is still very, very affordable. If you're using leftovers, it's okay. But still, even if you're to use leftovers, you never eliminate a complete feed or a total mixed ration with you never replace it with the leftovers because the leftovers don't have certain nutrients in them, and yet the other complete ration has them. So if you have your leftovers or if you have any other supplements like potato vines, you can give them, but you still give a little bit of the other complete feed. If say you've been feeding like on 2.5 kilograms, you can reduce to 1 or 1.5 kilograms and give the other supplements. The pigs can grow so well, they will still produce so well. This breed here is called Canberra. They can give us, we took an average litter size of 10, but they can follow up to 16 piglets, or they can produce up to 16, 17. We had even one which was giving us 20 every following. So they are very good. But maybe what I would like to caution the farmers is that this breed is so good, but if you take it in your home to rear or to raise it up, and you don't feed them as per the recommendation, you might not get the results expected to be got out of them because your management is not good. So when you will talk about management, we basically want to emphasize nutrition, to emphasize the health issues, and also how you manage them, their housing and other issues. Those ones are very key. Even if a breed is so good like this and you put it on poor nutrition, it won't give you the 16 piglets I'm talking about. You won't get, it won't reach the market weight at the right age. These cambras can reach market weight at around 6 to 7 kilograms. I mean 6 to 7 months. They will be weighing 130 kilograms to 150 kilograms at that age. And that's if your management is good. So if you're doing breeding, the way we feed breeders is different. If you're doing fattening, the way we feed fatteners is also different. So you have to be conscious about what you're interested in. Most of our farmers have been discouraged. They are running out of production because of African swine fever. What you should do to avoid African swine fever? First of all, I would like to inform farmers that there are other diseases. Pigs also have other diseases. But all our farmers tend to think that whenever a pig gets sick, it is African swine fever. So at certain times, they dispose of their pigs, yet it's not African swine fever. It's another disease which is curable, but they don't treat because they think it's African swine fever. So they should be careful about that. And the other issue is that if you want to avoid African swine fever, like you see these pigs, people have come in, so many of them. But we created a biosecurity fence. If you look around, there is a fence. And that fence is purposely to control people coming in. If somebody came in with this swine fever, our pigs are still safe because they are fenced off. Nobody accesses them, apart from the few people responsible for these animals. In addition to that, we also use disinfectants. If you're to enter the biosecurity fence or where the pigs are, you still go through the different biosecurity measures such as stepping in a disinfectant. There is also what we call wet biosecurity, whereby on pig farms, if you're to visit a pig farm, first of all, visiting is not allowed. But if you're to visit, you go through showering, you change your clothes, leave them somewhere, you go to the shower, you shower completely, and then go and change into the farm clothes, and then you access the pigs. So as you're coming back, you leave the farm clothes there, you come, change into your clothes, and move out. So you find out that your belongings do not get into contact with our pigs. So if you've come in with a disease, we control by making sure that you shower, you go through what we call the wet biosecurity. The other issues we do, we don't allow visitors in the pig farm. We don't allow visitors at all. And if somebody is ready to visit, I would urge farmers, if somebody is ready to visit, let them at least, if you don't have the other showering process, let that farmer change into the farm gumboots, put on a farm overall, at least also use a sanitizer to clean up their hands, such that when they go in, they are not going to bring in diseases for you. There is what we call a soft tick. That tick is very common on dogs. That soft tick is the tick which transmits swine fever. So we prevent as much as possible dogs from entering the pig facility. So if you have dogs, you should confine them. It's very dangerous. If you allow them enter into the pig facility, the chances are high that they are going to bring those ticks, which ticks can bring swine fever to your pigs. If not, even when the dogs move out there and they eat leftovers from diseased pigs, and they come and defecate in your area around, if you go and step in the same feces, the chances are very high that you're going to bring that disease into your pigs. So you have to be very, very, very keen. And that disease is very, very stubborn. It's very, very stubborn. That virus is very, very stubborn. So we need to be extra careful as farmers.